Okay, thank you. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Y'all ready?
Good
morning.
Yeah. Morning.
Kuf Chav Beis. Also, look at Abaya Kahisa Tlosa Rigli. He didn't know the answer to the question that was posed to him by that woman.
Only your internet is freezing. Harry?
Hello?
Yeah, it was freezing. Your internet is not good today.
Yeah, let me move to a different place.
Okay. Still not. Still not strong. Yeah, now yes. Now it looks, the signal looks okay now.
Okay.
Yeah, the signal is okay now. Morning, Walter.
Morning, good morning, guys.
Okay, honey.
So Abaya said, wait till Sirigli, wait for 3 Yomim Tovim, because every Yontif the Chachamim gather, and I'll be able to ask them questions about whether or not we should remarry this woman based on the testimony of the non-Jew that he had killed her husband. Go ask Rav Yosef, he's sharp as a knife. He answered the question from the following Mishnah. A guy that was selling fruit in the market. He said, these are orla, or shalazekahem. It's a place that was heavily farmed. Or shalneta ravayhem, which is the 4th year where you have to bring the fruit up to Yerushalayim to eat. So lo amar klum, we don't believe him, because lo niskavin el hashbicho mekcha. His purpose of saying this, he wanted to say that it was from a young tree, which is orla, or a place where agriculture, because it's a young tree, so it's better quality fruit. So we're not soymech on what the goy says, because he's always miskaven for his own sorech. There was a case of a Jew and a non-Jew walking. The goy comes to the town and says, woe is the Jew that was walking with me. He died on the road and I buried him. And they married off his wife. There was a number of Jews that were prisoners They were tied up by a collar and they were being taken to execute. Woe on this group of people, they died, and I buried them. And we married their wives. 60 Jews that were walking to Beitar, they died, I buried them. He seals the Shosayim, and I buried them. And the Shulchan Aruch paskins that way. Mishnah. Me'in Laura Ner Laura Lavana. Even if you identify the corpse with candlelight or moonlight, that's enough. Masin al pi baskol. Not only that, you hear a baskol say that such and such person died, you can marry the woman. Person was standing on a mountain, he heard a voice say, Chaim Yankel ben Chaim Yankel from a such and such place died. They couldn't find where the voice was coming from. But they still married his wife. I am such a person, the son of such a person. A snake bit me and I'm dying. I don't know whether this was his ghost. This guy was he was no worse than a baskol. So Amar Rav Bar Shmuel Tana Beis Shammai ein masi al pi baskol. Beis Shammai doesn't agree. Beis Hillel masi al pi baskol. My kamashlan asnisnu. We already learned it in the Mishnah. My kamashlan the mishtach astama the ein masi in Beis Shammai. If you see a Mishnah which is unnamed that says that you don't marry because of a baskol, you should know that it's Beis Shammai. Then he heard a voice, but they couldn't find the person. Afraid to come over Dilma shade of it. Maybe it was a demon. It looked like a person. So the Gemara says, "No, nami dama." The shadim also looked like a person. The chazul lebavo. They saw a shadow. Ayinu nami yeslu babo. Shadim have shadows. The chazul lebavo. They saw the shadow had a shadow. And only people have that. Not all they do is maybe Shadim have that as well. Amrav Chanina Marli Yonason Sheda. Yonason the Shade told Rav Chanina Baboa Islu. We have shadows, Baboa Leslu. The shadow of a shadow we don't have. The Dilmatzar, how do we know that the voice wasn't the co-wife who hates this woman and wants her to get married so she will be makalkel herself? When there's danger and we write a get for a woman, even though we don't know the husband, we don't identify him. We don't have so many chashashim in a ma'isa sakana. So here, also where they want to marry the woman and they didn't find proper edim, it's considered like a shas sakana and we're not choishish. I went to Narda to make an Ibr year. Basically, I found Nechemi. He said to me, I heard in Eretz Yisrael they don't marry women off with one aid. The only person is Yehuda ben Baba. The new Mesilo came out from. I agreed with them. Yes. Armali Amorlam Mishmi. So. He said to me, tell the Chachamim in my name, Atem Yodim Shamedina Meshubeshes Begaisos. I cannot travel because there's armies here. But I want to give testimony. Mikublanim Rabbi Gamliel Azaken. I received a Mesorah from Rabbi Gamliel. Shemasina Saish al Piedechad. We do marry off a woman with one name. Shabbati Vertzei said Rabbi Gamliel Samach Ledvarai. And when I came in front of Rabbi Gamliel, the grandson of Rabbi Gamliel Zaken, was happy. We found another Tana who agrees with Rabbi Yehuda ben Baba. He remembered that there were people who died in Tel Arza. Vihisi Rabbi Gamliel Nesraseno Piedachad. He married off the women. The chazaka was that you could marry even hearsay witnesses, not the aid directly, but an aid hearing it from an aid. Or mi pi eved, or mi pi isha, or mi pi shivcha. Means the aidim don't have to be kosher aidim. Rabbi Yezra, Rabbi Shoimim, ein masiyah sa'ish al pi eid echad. They held you don't marry al pi eid echad. Rabbi Kiva Omer, lo al pi isha, v'lo al pi eved, v'lo al pi shivcha, v'lo al pi kroivim. Rabbi Kiva said you can't use posel aidim. We paskin like Rabbi Gamliel. Even eid echad, even eved, shivcha, karov, like Rabbi Gamliel.
Can Fiach Tumah apply to a Jew or only to a Goy?
Only to a goy.
Okay.
So Rabbi Kiva Piisha lo. Does Rabbi Kiva hold that you're not marrying off a woman because of an Isha's aid? Vatani Rabbi Shimon Lozer Mishum Rabbi Kiva. Isha nemenes lavigita mikal v'chaymer. A woman is believed to bring her get from China, from a kal uman noshim. The 5 women, like mother-in-law, co-wife. The 5 women that the Chachamim said we don't believe them. Yet, they're believed to bring their get. A regular woman who's believed to say that her husband died. So we see Rabbi Akiva held that you could marry from an Eid Isha. So Noshim Shem Chachamim Hudelo Mehemni. Comes out that the Noshim that the Chachamim said we shouldn't believe, like the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law, we don't believe. Isha Bal Mehemna, even according to Rabbi Kiva. So Loikasha Kan Kodim Shechziku Kan Lacher Shechziku. We see that prior to the statement of Rabbi Gamliel, the grandson of Rabbi Gamliel Azoking, there was a debate on what should be the halacha. After he was mechazek, this halacha Rabbi Kiva followed along. Mishnah. There were some bnei Leviim that went to Tzohar. The chala echad, one of them got sick. They viewed bepundik. They brought him to an inn. L'chazarasam amrula pundikis. On their way home, they told the innkeeper, Aye chavarenu. Where's our friend? Numislem, she said, Meis ukvarti. He died and I buried him. Visius ishtot. And they married his wife. The lote kohenes kapundikis. Now, shouldn't a kohenes, meaning someone who's miyuchet, who testifies about somebody, be believed like a pundikis? If she will use the same language as the pundikis, we would believe her. Because a pundikis the pundikis had other evidence, his stick, his coat, Sefer Torah that was with him. So the Gemara wants to migrate use of the pundikis. I mean, why are you making a kavachoymer from what's wrong with an innkeeper? I've got a pundikis nachrisaisa because she was not a Jewish woman. We learned a kavachoymer to a more miyuchastic woman. And like Elazar said, Mesicha lefi tu ma'isa. She wasn't giving testimony. She was telling a story. And based on that, you can believe her. She said, Zeh maklov, Zeh tarmilov, Zeh kever shekvar tivbo. This is his stick, this is his coat, this is his grave. The innkeeper was a shiksa. Mesicha lefi tu ma'isa. She was telling a story. Zeh maklov, Zeh tarmilov, Zeh kever shekvar tivbo. So it's not a story. We asked her, where's our friend? So it's as if she's giving testimony. No, we started crying. So we asked, where's our friend? Then so it was the beginning of the Mesiach Lefi Tumo. Person came to testify before Rav Tarfon. Armelo. Bini, Rav Tarfon asked, how do you know this testimony? I was traveling on the road with him. V'rodav acharenu gayis, and an army battalion ran after us. V'nitla b'yichud shel zayis ufshachol. The friend got sort of hung up on an olive tree. Be'echzers a guy's lachra, and he was hitting them, and the Gaius ran away. So I said to my friend, Aryeh, you person strong like a lion, Yasher Koichecha. How do you know my name is Aryeh? Kach koino sivi'iri. Yoichlon brab yoinason, Aryeh de mikfar siche. Liyamin later on chalav ames. He died from a sickness. V'hisi Rav Tarfon esishto. And Rav Tarfon married off his wife. Frank the Gemara, Rav Tarfon lo boy drisha v'chakira. Doesn't Rav Tarfon need further investigation? Vatanya ma'isa bar mechad. Shabalif ne Rav Tarfon laheid edu sisha. Man came in front of Rav Tarfon to testify about the death of a man. Amar lo b'ni hechata yodeh she'edu zeh. Rav Tarfon asked him, how do you know this testimony? Amar lo, anivu hayinu alchim badek. We were walking. V'rodav acharenu gayis, and a gayis ran after us. He got hung up in a fig tree. He beat the gaius and they ran away. How did you know my name? A few days later, and he tried to confuse him. That he told him Mikfar Sicha Arya, not Arya the Mikfar Sicha. That's the Drisha of Chakira. He asked him a couple of times in the same, to make sure he was giving the same testimony. He said exactly the same thing. So how can you tell me previous case Rav Tarfon just married off the wife without Drisha of Chakira? From the other brayso, it seems that Rav Tarfon requires Drisha v'chakira. Or it says Tanoihi. So Machlok is Tanoim what Rav Tarfon needed. The Tanya. In Boit Kinedi Nish Eidei Dosham Drisha v'chakira di Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says you don't have to do Drisha v'chakira for Eidei Noshim. Rav Tarfon Amar Boit Kinu. V'kamiflagi b'Rav Chanina, they argue in the principle of Rav Chanina. The Amar Rav Chanina. Var Torah. Echad dinei mamanas, echad dinei nefoshois. B'Drisha v'chakira. Monetary law and capital crimes need Drisha Chakir. Shneimar, Mishpat Echad Yelachem. Umatam amru dinei mamanas ein shechin Drisha Chakira. Why did they say mamanas don't need it? Shalotino, it's a rabbinic law. Otherwise, people won't be able to loan money. Umay kamifli. Marsa Rekivan de Ika Ksuba Lamishkal. Since by Eidei Isha, there's a ksuba to be collected. It's kedinei mamanas dummy. You don't need Drisha v'chakira. Umar sarvakivan the kosharina neshazish la'alma. This is isra v'heter. Kedinei nefashas dummy. Okay, we'll leave the last sentence for a siyum. We have to have somebody make a siyum. The last siyum we did at Harold's with all the masechtos